This is lesson 12 of 365 Miracles of Change. And today's lesson speaks directly to one of the hardest parts of being human. Not knowing what something means. Have you ever noticed that one of the hardest parts about change is not always the event itself? It is the part where your mind immediately starts demanding an explanation. You say lose a job, or a relationship changes, or your health shifts, an opportunity appears, but you do not know where this is going to lead. And within minutes, the mind opens an entire investigation department. What does this mean? Did I fail? Am I behind? Am I safe? Is my future ruined? Is this a sign? Is this a punishment? Is this my breakthrough? Honestly, the mind can turn one event into a full documentary series before lunch. And this is where today's lesson becomes deeply human. Not because the event might be easy, the event may be difficult, the loss may be painful, the uncertainty may be real, but part of the suffering often comes from the need to assign a meaning before the meaning has revealed itself. We want the experience to explain itself immediately. We want the change to let us know whether it is good or bad. We want the disruption to announce whether it is a crisis or a calibration. But life does not always explain itself on our preferred timeline. Annoying, I know, but also true. I look back now at a time when I was let go from a job after only 4 months. And the only explanation I received was, you don't fit. At the time, I made it mean like something is wrong with me. I questioned myself endlessly. I put myself through a crisis of self-doubt, convinced that I had somehow failed. But looking back now, I can see that life was not finished. And it hadn't finished revealing the meaning of that moment. The story was not finished. It was still unfolding. And what felt like rejection actually became redirection. What felt like ending became a path or part of the path that eventually brought me here to this beautiful country, Portugal, with its gorgeous beaches, blue waters, and the love of my life. The meaning may not be available immediately. It wasn't available for me then. It only became visible later. And this is why the lesson asks us to notice the kind of world we think we see. Maybe we see a stressful world, maybe a dangerous world, maybe a disappointing world, or an unfair world, or even a beautiful world, a successful world. See, we are not seeing the world, we are labeling it. And we often label it based on our fear or pressure or history or comparison or even a nervous system that wants certainty right now. In human change literacy, meaning is not the enemy. Meaning matters. Meaning helps us make sense of life. But premature meaning can create unnecessary suffering. That is also true. Because when we rush to explain change too quickly, we often turn uncertainty into identity. A job loss becomes I failed. A delay becomes I'm forgotten. A closed door becomes my life is falling apart. And maybe the moment is still unfolding. Maybe the meaning is not available yet. Maybe that is not the chapter where you explain your life. Maybe this is the page where you learn to stay present without forcing a conclusion. Now, this matters across generations because we are living in a world that rewards instant interpretations, instant opinions, instant reactions, instant likes, instant labels, like, dislike, hearts. But future generations need the capacity to stay in uncertainty without collapsing into premature meaning. And this is not weakness. This is maturity. So today's practice is look around. Look around and notice the label your mind places on the world around you. You might say something like, I think I see a stressful world. I think I see a dangerous world. I think I see an unfair world. I think I see a disappointing world. Or I think I see a gracious world. Use whatever word honestly appears. And towards the end, bring it to a closure of 1 minute with this. But I am upset because I see a meaningless world. You do not need to force agreement on this. Just notice how quickly the mind wants reality to fit a conclusion. See, the practice is not about removing meaning. It is about being aware of how much meaning we automatically add. Because maybe the miracle begins when we stop demanding answers from an experience that is still unfolding.